I bet that pizza tastes good.
Straw Hat Pizza sure is good looking.
But hey, look here, there's something else cooking.
The 1970s, known for bell-bottoms, disco, and some of the best pizza joints you've ever tasted. Today, we're taking a delicious trip down memory lane to explore 20 pizza restaurants from the 1970s that are no longer with us. These aren't just any pizzerias, they're places where families gathered, first dates happened, and some of the cheesiest, sauciest memories were made.
You're something else at Shakey's, the greatest pizza for everyone.
Shakey's Pizza. Shakey's is our first destination on this classic pizza tour. Established in 1954 by Ed Plummer and Sherwood Shakey Johnson, Shakey's is the first franchised pizza restaurant in the United States. Shakey's opened its doors in Sacramento, California, offering more than simply pizza. It was an experience. Dixieland jazz filled the room as soon as you walked in, and Shakey's was well known for its live music, and Johnson frequently provided piano entertainment for the crowd. And the pizza was exceptional as well. Throughout the 1960s and 70s, Shakey's popularity skyrocketed, spreading both domestically and abroad. They were well known for their fried chicken and thin crust pizzas, singing along to menus printed with old-fashioned barbershop quartet songs. Families would huddle around the tables. However, as they say, good things inevitably come to an end. Shakey's fall was caused by changing market conditions and consumer tastes, as well as rising competition. There are still a few places where it can be found, but the enormous popularity it had in the 1970s is now long gone. Shakey's will always remain the spot where pizza and jazz merged flawlessly for all those who were there. Speaking of flawless harmony, here's a pizza joint that found its groove in a college town.
Carry home a Noble Roman's pizza and discover the wonder of real pizza.
Noble Romans. Established in 1972 by Stephen Hughes and Gary Nackstead in the vicinity of Indiana University in Bloomington, Noble Romans rapidly gained popularity among both college students and residents. Customers were drawn to their pizzas because of their unique flavor profile, which frequently included a combination of cheeses and special sauce that made them want to order more. Noble Romans quickly grew as the 1970s progressed. They had locations all around Indiana by the early 80s and were beginning to branch out to other states. In 1982, they went public, feeling very successful. Still, Noble Romans had its difficulties. Just like many rapidly expanding chains, financial troubles resulted from a failed takeover attempt in the 1990s and shifting consumer tastes. Even though the business is still operating today, it's very different from what it once was. Speaking of growth, the pizza joint we visit next has experienced growing quickly.
Godfathers Pizza.
Do it.
Godfathers Pizza. Pizza enthusiasts found it hard to resist Godfathers Pizza, which opened its doors in 1973 in Omaha, Nebraska. In the 1970s, Godfathers had rapid expansion under the direction of Willie Thiessen, who assumed the position in 1974. Their meaty, thick pizzas laden with toppings were the reason behind it. Pizza was nearly a meal in and of itself, since they were not afraid to top it over with cheese, meat, and vegetables. Playing on the Godfather theme, the eateries frequently had a gloomy, cozy ambiance. With almost 1,000 outlets across the country by the late 1970s, Godfathers was the fastest-growing restaurant business in the United States. They were well known for their memorable TV ads, which frequently had a character advertising their newest offers while dressed like a mobster. But ownership and strategic change in the 1980s and 90s had caused Godfather's influence to wane, but many people's memories of those hearty, delicious pizzas endure. We're now traveling from the Midwest to the Pacific Northwest, where yet another pizza pioneer has caused a stir.
It's time for the taste, one number to call. Pizza Haven pizzas delivered to your door.
Pizza Haven. Our next stop is Pizza Haven, the Seattle-based company that capitalized on the pizza frenzy of the 1970s. As pioneers in the industry, Ron and Frank Bean established Pizza Haven in 1958. bringing the concept of Dial-A-Pizza, where customers could order over the phone and have it delivered right to their door. This was revolutionary and drove their early exponential expansion, and throughout the 70s, Pizza Haven grew to 42 locations across the Pacific Northwest and even started selling internationally. Pizza Haven was a favorite for informal get-togethers and family dinners because it served a wide range of other Italian-American cuisine. Pizza Haven faced fierce competition as major chains expanded into the area, despite its early success. The final Pizza Haven closed its doors in 2012 due to financial difficulties that started in the late 90s and ended up in bankruptcy. Our next trip blends family fun with pizza, from the innovators of delivery to the creatives of entertainment.
You're kidding me. 2 Mr. Gaddys pizzas for just $10.99?
Mr. Gaddys. At Mr. Gaddys, the pizza was so delicious and the games were fun. Stephenville, Texas was the place where James Ure opened the pizza place in 1964, and later the restaurant changed its name to Mr. Gaddys in honor of his wife. Mr. Gaddys had changed into a family amusement park by the 80s. You knew when you entered that you'd have a slice of their renowned tart pizza and then head off to the arcade. It was every kid and teenager's dream come true at many of their locations, which featured large game rooms. Pizza, pasta, and salad were all you could eat at Mr. Gaddys, which was well known for buffet-style service. Their pizzas were prepared in stone-fired ovens and had a distinct flavor that fans adored. They had a characteristic sweet sauce, and even though Mr. Gaddys had tremendous success in the 80s and 90s, increasing competition and shifting consumer preferences would cause a downturn. We'll explore how other chains attempted to add flavor to the pizza experience in their own special way as we continue our tour through pizza history.
Almost back to school time, but don't despair. Pistol Pizza's here with a great August offer.
Pistol Pete's. We're riding into a popular 1970s-era pizzeria with a Wild West motif, Pistol Pete's Pizza. Pie enthusiasts were introduced to a taste of the frontier when Pete Zandick opened up Pistol Pete's in Tulsa, Oklahoma in 1958. What was unique about Pistol Pete's? It was their special fusion of pizza and Western style. Imagine being welcomed by the smell of freshly made pizza as soon as you entered in with a saloon-style design, complete with swinging doors and cowboy decor. They had really inventive pizza names on their menu, like the Bandito Special and the Cowboy Combo. At its height, Pistol Pete's had more than 100 locations nationwide. However, they found it more difficult to compete when the pizza market evolved in the 80s. The Pistol Pete period came to an end in 1995 when Peter Piper Pizza purchased the brand. Now we're moving on from the American West to a medieval feast.
The new roast and toast and garlic pizza with roasted garlic and chicken for another unique taste you can't get anywhere else.
Round Table Pizza. We're going to Round Table Pizza next, a chain that gave the pizza industry a little bit of Camelot. As soon as Bill Larson opened Round Table Pizza in Menlo Park, California in 1959, the restaurant gained a reputation as the last honest pizza. Entering a round table replete with coat of arms ornamentation and occasional armored outfits felt similar to entering a castle. Round Table was known for its thick and hearty crusts, along with its generous toppings. They prided themselves on using real cheese and fresh vegetables, setting them apart from many competitors. By the 1970s, Round Table had expanded significantly across the western United States, and while it may not rule the pizza kingdom as it once did, Round Table remains a cherished name in pizza history. From medieval feasts to sweet treats, our next stop combines two American favorites.
Have it here or have it there.
Happy Joe's. Established in Davenport, Iowa in 1972 by Lawrence Joseph Happy Joe Whitty, this distinctive restaurant fused two popular foods, pizza and ice cream. The taco pizza, a Midwest classic topped with refried beans, taco-seasoned meat, and crispy tortilla chips, is credited to Happy Joe's. Other chains began to copy the idea because it gained so much popularity. Happy Joe's offered more than just weird pizza. They were a well-loved location for birthday celebrations because of their lively celebratory environment. The enthusiasm was increased when each celebration was heralded by the sound of a ship's bell ringing. Happy Joe's had grown to over 60 sites all throughout the Midwest by the late 70s. Despite its success, the chain faced difficulties over the years, including its most recent bankruptcy filing. Now we go from sweet to rustic with our next location.
Bring the Baron home. Red Baron Frozen Pizza.
Red Barn. Red Barn Pizza was established in Springfield, Ohio in 1961. During the 1970s, the restaurant chain became well known for its unusual barn-shaped locations all across the country. A landmark in many places, the bright red barn-shaped buildings were hard to overlook. Inside, rustic decor reminiscent of a barn and a menu which included fish sandwiches, burgers, and fried chicken, in addition to pizza, carried the rustic concept. Pizzas from Red Barn were famous for their generous toppings and crunchy crust. They also introduced several creative ideas, like the Barn Full of Fixins, a salad bar that was extremely unique for 1970s fast food. Red Barn experienced financial troubles in the late 70s and early 80s, despite its early popularity and quick development. By the middle of the 80s, the last Red Barn locations had either closed or changed their names, as the company was eventually sold off in pieces.
These are for Dad. Yeah, sure. For pizza out, it's pizza in.
Pizza Inn. Brothers F.J. and R.L. Spillman began Pizza Inn in 1958, close to Southern Methodist University in Dallas, Texas. The restaurant quickly became well-loved by college students and families. At Pizza Inn, you'll find your inner peace, was the motto that best described the welcoming ambiance. The thin crust pizzas of Pizza Inn became well-known, particularly the bacon cheeseburger pizza, which was introduced in the late 1970s. They also had a large buffet where customers could sample a variety of pizzas and other dishes with Italian flair. After growing quickly, Pizza Inn had hundreds of sites throughout the southern United States, and as a response to shifting customer preference, they were among the first chains to provide carry-out service. Yet, Pizza Inn encountered issues in subsequent years, such as heightened competition and financial trouble.
Be sure to come out to Pasquales and try one of their famous hoagies. Have a pizza.
Pasquales Pizza. Named for George Marone's father, Pasquale Maroni, Pasquales Pizza was established in 1968 in New Jersey and gained popularity for its handmade sauce and thin crust pizzas. By the 1980s, Pasquales had opened restaurants in South Florida and had grown outside of New Jersey. It sprang to prominence in the neighborhood as the go-to place for delicious pizza and a cozy, friendly vibe. Even with its success, it had difficulties as the pizza industry grew more cutthroat. The company closed its doors in 2010, but its devoted patrons' memories of their mouth-watering pizzas made from family recipes endure. Now here's a place that transformed the pizza experience with a blend of high-tech entertainment and family tradition.
Mr. Chuck E. Cheese's, everybody ordering a large pizza. Who does this?
Pizza Time Theater. Founded in 1977 by Nolan Bushnell, the creator of Atari, this innovative chain would later become known as Chuck E. Cheese's. It was the first restaurant to combine pizza, arcade games, and animated entertainment all under one roof. The concept became an instant hit. Kids begged their parents to take them to Pizza Time for birthdays and special occasions. The pizza itself was decent, but it was the overall experience that kept the families coming back. Where else could you eat pizza, play games, and watch a show all at the same time? By the early 1980s, Pizza Time Theater had expanded to hundreds of locations across the United States. However, the company faced financial difficulties during the video game crash of 1983. In 1984, it merged with its competitor Showbiz, eventually rebranding all locations as Chuck E. Cheese's. Speaking of entertainment, our next stop combined great pizza with a unique atmosphere.
Straw Hat Pizza sure is good looking.
But hey, look here, there's something else.
Straw Hat Pizza. West Coast fans came to love Straw Hat as soon as it was founded in 1959 in San Leandro, California by Charlie Olson and Bill Henderlong. The restaurant's whimsical mood was inspired by the unique hats that employees wore at their former job, hence the moniker Straw Hat. Made with tomatoes grown in California and a proprietary combination of 6 cheeses, their thin crust pizzas were crispy and well known. At its height, Straw Hat had over 230 stores all throughout California and Nevada. To draw in families, they provided novelties like the Charlie Horse, a free kids ride. In addition, Straw Hat was among the first pizza shops to offer video games, which only increased its allure as a place for families to have fun. Even though Straw Hat had difficulties in the future, such as buyout and rebranding attempts, several of its locations are still in use today. Our journey will take us to a place that provides a distinct kind of pizza parlor, from straw hats to warm ends. Village Inn. William Ray Lackey Sr. opened Village Inn in North Carolina in 1967. The eateries exuded a cozy and rustic vibe that made patrons feel at home. Village Inn grew throughout North Carolina in the 70s, becoming a popular destination for families and pizza enthusiasts. In addition to pizza, they featured sandwiches, pasta, and a well-loved salad bar with more than 40 options. While even Village Inn Pizza Parlor didn't become as well known across the country as some other places, North Carolinians still had a particular place in their hearts for it. Later on in the chain's existence, difficulties led to sites closing or changing their names. However, local pizza lore endures because of their delectable pizzas and warm service.
Oh, how you feeling about Ginos sirloin now? Oh, I'm feeling good.
Ginos Pizza. Founded by Kenny Grant in 1961, Ginos Pizza opened its first location in Huntington, West Virginia. Ginos is known for their variety of offerings, including the famous Pubwich, along with their pepperoni rolls, making them a favorite amongst locals in West Virginia. Ginos Pizza primarily operates in the state of West Virginia, with its headquarters in Huntington and Nitro. And at its peak, they had more than 40 locations across the state. Even though national competitors joined the market, Ginos has stood the test of time, and there are quite a number of Ginos restaurants still in service today. The only problem being that they still only exist in one place.
You've never seen a place like Showbiz Pizza Place. We'll serve you a pizza.
Showbiz Pizza Place. Showbiz Pizza was established in 1980 by Robert L. Brock and Creative Engineering. It was the premier pizzeria and entertainment attraction throughout the late 70s and early 80s. The banjo-playing bear Billy Bob Broccoli, along with his band The Rockafire Explosion, was the main attraction of the evening. While diners enjoyed their pizza and played games, these animatronic figures would sing, joke, and provide entertainment. Birthday parties and family vacations soon began to feature at Showbiz, and although their pizza wasn't particularly good, they were drawn in by the entire experience. Showbiz faced stiff competition from Chuck E. Cheese's, leading to a merger in 1984. The two brands operated separately for a while, but by 1992, all Showbiz locations were rebranded as Chuck E. Cheese's. From high-tech entertainment to local charm, let's explore this beloved neighborhood pizzeria.
Come to Sam's Pizza Pasta, located in Cedar Hill, Texas, where you can enjoy a slice of the best.
Sam's Pizza. In 1958, Anthony and Mary Perella happened to find themselves in Wisconsin by mistake. And ever since, the neighborhood favorite Sam's Pizza has been serving up delicious pizza. Fresh ingredients and a closely guarded family recipe are used to make the thin crust pizzas. Serving generations of devoted patrons, the restaurant became an institution. After 22 years in management, Anthony died in 1980, and John Huber, who was a devoted worker, along with his spouse, took it over after that. Despite facing competition from national chains, Sam's held its ground alongside other local favorites like Ballister's Pizza Room and Angelo's Pizza Via. However, changing tastes and increased competition eventually took their toll, and Sam's closed in the late 1990s. From local legends to regional powerhouses, this pizza chain started small but dreamed big.
The place, Maos Pizza. The time, opening to close. The suspect, Mugzio.
Maos Pizza. Maos Pizza was a franchise that began as a tiny pizzeria and developed into a local institution. Maos was once known as the Pizza Parlor when it was established in Tulsa, Oklahoma, by Ken Selby in 1961, and it underwent a rebranding in the 1970s. Selby was a retired teacher who created a unique sauce and thin crust that went viral. Crispy crust, heaping toppings, and specialties like the ranch hand, a pizza dripping with ranch dressing, were just some of his best-known features. Maos had more than 100 locations throughout Oklahoma and beyond by 1975, and with the addition of larger dining areas and a more comprehensive menu featuring thicker pizzas, subs, and well-liked salad bars, Selby extended the idea in the late 1970s. To end our rather salacious tour, let's set our sights on a pizza joint with a quirky name. Bimbos Pizza. When Robert and Jenny Smilanek opened up Bimbos, it was immediately well-liked in the neighborhood. A period when thick crusts were becoming fashionable, their pizza stood out for its distinctive thin and crispy quality. Maintaining the original recipe ensured continuous quality that customers appreciated. In addition to being a pizzeria, it developed into a social center in the 1970s. They held entertaining activities like turtle races, and the personnel also contributed to the lively atmosphere by donning unique straw hats. But as whims shifted and national chains entered the market, Bimbos found it difficult to compete. Their era came to an ending in 1983 when the final surviving Bimbos restaurant shuttered its doors after 12 years of business. Captain's Galley Pizza and Pipes. All aboard for our last meal. Captain's Galley Pizza and Pipes was founded in 1968 by Bill Brewer in Santa Clara, California. The main feature of the show was their enormous Wurlitzer organs, a combination of food and performance. Over the course of the 1970s, Captain's Galley opened stores in Washington State, Daly City, Fresno, and Redwood City. Better pizza than the typical pizza and pipes was what they were known for serving. Nevertheless, the idea ran into problems when people's preferences shifted and other forms of entertainment appeared. There was fierce competition from the emergence of electronic games and animatronic performances like those at Chuck E. Cheese's. The majority of Captain's Galley sites closed by the late 1980s, bringing an ending to this distinctive pizzeria experience. And there you have it, 20 pizzerias from the 1970s that are no longer in operation. These franchises were instrumental in creating the pizza landscape that exists today in molding American pizza culture. What was your go-to place from the 1970s? Comment down below with your favorite pizza-related memory, and remember to like and subscribe for more wistful culinary adventures. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.